And I am here. It's your girl E, Essence, also known as Eve, EVA, Essence versus Everyone. So today I'm back in the garden. This is the beautiful scene that I have, and I am here, and I'm going to spend some time talking to all of you people about what's going on. So, today, I actually got into a fight with my sister. When I seen her when I was on my way home from handling some errands downtown, she apologized for texting me the word die. One of the people in the Illuminati, some of the people who tell y'all to go to my live and like my posts, those people, the people who tell y'all to comment and stuff, and they told my sister to text me the word die. So she apologized for it and I forgave her. And I forgave her on the same block where my mom once lived and also the same block where my grandmother's funeral was. And what I realized when I went home is they'll use forgiveness against you. So, the Lord says forgive and forget. The Lord says that, first of all, we should be forgiving. We should forgive each other and things like that so we can be forgiving. But see, what the lower energies of Satan do, and everyone, if you study astrology, we know that, for instance, we know that the tarot card is Capricorn, and we know that the tarot card of Capricorn is the devil card, and that's my rising sign. And we know that that deals with Saturn and Satan and Santa Claus. So I'm familiar with the energy because I'm able to hear demons and angels and I'm able to arbitrate between them. But I'm able to stay in my higher octaves and my higher realms for the most part of it. So we know the Lord says forgive, but forgiveness can be used against you because this is what happened. They wanted me to talk to my sister outside. That's talk outside. That's toss. They wanted us to toss it. Then they wanted me to forgive. Forgive. That's FG. That's GF. They wanted me to forgive so they could actually betray me, and I'm the betrothed to Christ. They wanted to betray me by me forgiving my fake siblings, my fake sisters, my fake friends, so they could think that they could steal my man, and they can't do that. Okay, I'm the bride of Christ. Okay, I'm Satan Claus. It's me. You know what I'm saying? And so I forgave my sister, but it was a trap because she think just because I forgave her, she's not the girlfriend, and neither is none of her op ass, fake ass sisters or none of these fake ass friends. So I wanted to come and say that, and also, they will use forgiveness against you. What happens when our people keep on forgiving colonizers and settlers? They just keep on taking advantage of you over and over again. What keeps on happening when you keep on forgiving that fake ass friend that just keep on backstabbing you, stealing off of you, lying to you, trying to take your man, trying to take your woman? They're not doing it because they have an addiction and they're bad. They're doing it because somebody is calling them and texting them on the phone and telling them to betray you because you may be a chosen one. But they might not only be gunning for you, they might be trying to attack your grandchild in the future. So this is what they do. It's generational curses. They it's music on bus. It's the mall. They'll try to betray you in your generation so that their family members can betray your children. That's the things that they do, and you know what I'm saying. That's what they do. They're haters, and so I'm addressing the haters because that's what we do on the evil of life. We address haters, and for instance, you know what I mean? A lot of people do witchcraft. There's a lot of food that comes in from that's imported from different countries that's doing witchcraft. Countries that have betrayed me that I once ruled. I was the princess of Spain. I'm not saying that they had bad intentions, but they did colonize the Aztecs and named it Mexico, and um, they have a horizontal flag with the colors that's what we use around Christmas, red and green. But so does the Italians. The Italians have it vertical. red and green and white. They both are in a conglomerate with each other. Okay, and I'm gonna let y'all know what they want to do with the bull. I'm in black and white, representing Hathor, representing Ma'at, representing balance, representing wholeness. I am the Muhammad. I'm Muhammad, like mulatto. Okay, like the Milky Way. I am Muhammad, and my father's name is House. So I am the milk and honey, and and I'm very graceful. I'm very humble. It's something that my parents studied all their life. They're Aquarius. That is the 11th house. Both of them are Aquarius. My parents are both number sixes, and they have two children that are Aquarius as well, who are both number sevens. And those are the siblings that don't hate on me, that don't backstab me. And I'm not surprised because not my first boyfriend, but like my real first boyfriend, like in high school, was a number seven, and is a number seven. So I'm not surprised that the siblings that don't hate on me are Aquarius and that their numerology is the next number other than my parents. They're not jealous of me like the rest of my siblings are. For the most part, they don't do stuff for the gang against me. They are like they're like my parents before my parents joined the gang. They're like my parents of how I remember my parents being spiritual goddesses and gods, conscious beings, helping people, teaching people better things before the gang tried to corrupt them because they didn't know. My parents didn't know when they were having me that they were Mother Earth and Father Time. They didn't know how powerful they were. They didn't know that they were sleeping giants. But in all that, I try to respect them because my parents broke generational curses from their parents, and their parents broke generational curses from their parents. So I'm trying to keep it going. I'm trying to do what my parents did and continue to break generational curses, and I try to forgive them. But even when I forgive my parents, they do the same things. And I know that they're wrestling with a lot of haters and with a lot of demons. So I try to keep that in mind, and I try to give them the same grace that I give myself because I am an extension of my parents. With that, speaking of Father Time, you'll see me sitting here with a water can. That's the color teal. Remember what I told you about time? It is Emmett backwards. And what they did to Emmett Till was very wrong. So we had many watering cans in this garden. One of these ops took them and replaced this Till one. There are some generational family members that been trying to get a leg up with my grandmother and my mother and my great grandmother. My great grandmother's Lorraine. You'll hear in Beyonce's song, I grew up in this house. She says Lorraine. Who just screams Lorraine for no reason? She's talking about my grandmother. A lot of these celebrities try to do witchcraft on me and things like that. So teal is like I have all different types of favorite colors, but teal is one of my favorite colors. They have turquoise, aquamarine, teal, green, blue. It's the color of the grass. It's the color of the sky mixed together. It's teal. It's aqua. I always loved it. I'm sure I was influenced of it because I'm a Pisces, and things with Pisces always come in teal colors and stuff like that. Um, so there's ops that tries to use my colors as their business logos and try, and they're acting like because they want to be like the top haters or whatever. They want to do jobs for the Italian mob. They want to act like their grandmother's friends with my grandmother, their friends with me, their mother's friends with mine. But really, they're just haters that are counterfeits. Okay, counterfeit chicken fried, and they do this little chitterling spell and act like they want to attach to um the restaurant KFC. So and I'm saying my sister's washing clothes at a laundromat that's called Kenny's, and a person that's hating on me has the same name. We all know South Park, Kenny's always dying, and they were orange. That's my man's color. That's the sacral color. So it could happen. It could happen in real life, like real life stuff, like get away with it type. And it's being recorded, but there's nothing that they could do about it. They keep on digging their grave and are going to lay in it. So the person I'm talking about's name start with Ken, and they think that they're a kindred spirit or something. But can't nobody out Kenya me. My name's Nairobi. So all these little ops that want to come after me and feel like, oh, you the one and lean on me. You supposed to be the pregnant girl and lean on me with Morgan Freeman. I had the baby. You want hot shit, Kanisha? Bitch, you know where I live. And it's on that time. So you better be prepared. And you're lucky that when I walked past, you wasn't around because you already know what it is. And so what they tried to do is when we were kids, they tried to record us. And I realized on Halloween when I was having a party for the kids, they was recording my brother, some ops, and the people that I had invited over to my house was recording my brother. So they do this witchcraft because they're trying to record us, and she want to use the color a teal for her logo and my colors and everything like that. But really, what it is just a whole bunch of ops tell these people to copy off my ideas because an idea is an identity in a child, and what they think they're doing is kidnapping. So I have seen corporate businesses, small businesses, international, national, and local businesses try to mock me, try to cop me, try to steal off me because I am the goddess of the whole realm. And what they do is they try to spread my ideas through the winds. Okay, there was this one person named Sam who just stole my ideas more than anyone. She's going to be deported soon. She's from Jamaica. And I believe the people in the Geneva Convention named Jamaica, which is also standing for Jarmation. They had her steal so many ideas, and they were only setting her up to be stolen from. That's what they do. So when you listen, she had bought a building after using some of my ideas because I was dressed up like Dorothy when I was a little girl in a Wizard of Oz, and you know what I'm saying. And in reality, they try to put me in these cartoons because in the word cartoon there's the word core and car, and we know that the Pisces of Versica is Pisces and Virgo energy. That's what I am. We know that latent space is 3.17. That's my birthday. Everybody knows who I am. All these conscious people on YouTube are ops. They're all Masons. They're all putting out information about the things that they're given. And what she did was name her business Emerald City. After I was making intentions uh to have a hayride and have people come to our farm and enjoy a site like with how they had Michael Jackson as a scarecrow. But I realized that they were trying to set Michael Jackson up with that movie and with that role because why should he have the straw man? Why should he have the straw man stronghold on him? And why can't he win? They were setting him up way back then. Not only were they setting him up, but they were setting my man up because my man's a Virgo and sings a lot of Michael Jackson songs. So and they look alike. And we have that star energy. And what we realize is these celebrities who are supposed to be the mainstream, you know, they're actually they're actually draining energy from the so-called underground artists. And that's why we are in an era, essence raw, because I am the goddess Shegmet and Bastet and Hathor. What we realize is they are trying to be worshipped and they're trying to be idolized, and um they're they're working for ulterior forces that are trying to put them in entertainment. And so, speaking of entertainment, I'm gonna tell you the intentions of the different gangs. For instance, the Mexican cartel, because I'm the bull, they leave like people leave Colt 45s everywhere. They leave ginger ale. My grandma was born 1945. Um, and she's a Taurus. So they leave Court 45s all the time. They're always trying to get me to sit down on a red couch and everything like that. It's very Masonic. My grandfather was a leader of the Prince of Halls. He worked for the military. He was a bookkeeper. He was a leader of the mob, and that he didn't know who he was. He married my grandmother and raised my mother and raised me, and he knew who he was, but He didn't know that he was being set up by some people, and he tried to protect his family the best he could. So I'm gonna tell you what these people's are intentions. I'm gonna tell you, the Mexicans want to ride me like a bull, like I'm a bull in El Paso, like they want to bull ride me. They necessarily just want to use me for transportation to get into the USA, even though they were wrongfully pushed down when they are indigenous Americans. They want to use me as a ticket. They want to use me as a carrier. Like I said, I have done work for the cartel in the past. Um, they want to use me. They want to use me as a rat. Literally, when I was in jail, I've noticed out the window when I looked out the bridge, they were trying to cross it from the south side to downtown. So what they're trying to do is they have these witchcraft spells. I believe it's coming from the Spanish energy that they have. Um, they're basically trying to expand. That's why they're called Spaniards. They're crusaders that is on a conquest because they're cons, and that's what they're trying to do. Um, the Prince of Halls are trying to milk me. They're not trying to ride me like a bull, but they're trying to milk me like a bull. They're trying to drain me of my energy, get all of my essence, that's literally my name, and suck me dry. Now they don't want me dead because if I'm dead, they don't have no one to copy off of. They don't have no one to hate on. They don't have no one to drain. And that's basically what they want to do. They want to drain me. And what the Italian mob wants to do is they don't want to rat me like the Mexicans. They don't want to drain me like the Prince of Halls for milk. They want the meat. They want the beef. They want to take me, make pepperoni, use my dairy for cheese, use my flesh. The bread is the wheat of Christ, and make pizza and put it in 12 slices and divide me up in 12 signs and 12 heises and eat me. Um, the Scottish Rites might want to do the same thing because they probably want meat too. And what I realized is just by me having Irish blood, French blood in me, they're able to spy through me because I have that blood in me. That's why that's why the Italians wanted to go to war with Ethiopia. Before that, when they went to war, there was a lot of war babies being born, which made Italians more melanin and which made Ethiopians more calcified and lighter skin. So we have dark Italians, we have light Ethiopians. They integrated and they actually both make spaghetti and use tomato sauce. And what I realized is they're doing this weird witchcraft with ketchup. They're doing blood magic with tomatoes and everything like that. And there's witchcraft and it's in and out of my home. Every time I step outside, I see people doing Masonic rituals because um I'm the bride of Christ. I'm the Esther, the wife of Artaxerxes, Solomon. I'm Eve, and they're trying to verse me. They're What it is this is the game. The game is try to off ice. Who is ice? All ice is ISIS. ISIS is all set. So they want to off me. And that's what all of you people unknowingly, y'all think y'all have a good intentions, but your goal is to off me because I'm the only one in the world other than my little sister Offset, who's a Virgo moon like me, who isn't evil. I mean, I'm evil lives, but we're not haters. We don't have a jealous bone in our body. However, there are other people who are not jealous and who are not haters, and those are the people that they're attacking in my neighborhood, my city, my state, and my country, and all around the world. They are attacking people who don't have jealous bones in their bodies. Not saying that they're not insecure, but they're just not jealous. They're not haters, they're chosen ones. And they also, for the most part, not all of them, but quite a few of them don't listen to the mob when they get the text and say, we're this, we're that, because you don't know what they're doing is color magic. Okay? These colors mean things. They have frequencies, they have vibrations, they mean things. Purple, purple, purge, person, purse, blue. It's lose in Spanish. If you look at the cognates between French and Spanish, you'll see the codes. In Spanish, gold means ore. And it also, the element for gold is AU. And AU is like autumn and also represents August and also represents Osir and Offset, the gold that they're trying to mine. So it's very important that we realize what these color spells are doing. Yellow. What's yellow? Yellow is yell, low. And I just took a bath yesterday in a yellow tub. And what I'm experiencing is a lot of threats towards my brother. For instance, like I told you, I'm selling out. I'm on YouTube. I told you my brother's name is Johanna, which his middle name is Yakub. If I'm on YouTube, what's YT? They're trying to cross my brother. And it's a shame that either in a past life as Cleopatra, I feel like I have to go to white men, such as my twin flames, Mark Anthony, Julius Caesar, which are now my twin flames in this life. I told you their names start with an A. Both of their names starts with an A. In the past life, they're just not Europeans. They were Mansa Musa, Shaka Zulu, leaders of Africa. But like I said, we're not just European in our past life. And they're trying to now in this life turn them against me, have order them to conquer and divide me. I never got to be in an intimate relationship with my twin flame, but I've been with my soulmate for the past 15 years. They're using him against me. They're telling him all these different type of things, and he doesn't understand. He's like my parents, you know what I'm saying? So I try to give you that grace as well. Um, like I said, when I say the word you, it refers to my brother, Johanna. When I say the word I, it refers to my sister, Your Majesty. Like I said, I don't get any text messages from these people. I don't get any phone calls from these people. Everything I comes from, I will repeat, comes from the Most High, the Divine. And so, yeah, I just got into a fight with my sister, and it was pretty nasty. For some reason, they keep on having my siblings leave things on my little brother Ra Oba's shoes. Now we know Ra is the sun god, which is connected to my soulmate and my twin flame because they have the word A. My soulmate's initials is AR, and the first two letters of my twin flame's name is AR. So they're Ra. My mom's Raquib, and my grandfather is Robert. So it's all connected. And what Oba means king, and that's the nickname of my uncle. And what they're trying to do is they keep on threatening my little brother. They keep on threatening my brothers who are incarcerated. My brothers are my lovers. They're connected. They all have the same astrology. They all have the same sign. They all got the same look in their eye. You know what I'm saying? And even though they're threatening each other, like my brother will get told to do something. He was told to ask me for money, but it was the same amount as the degree that I was born on, 27 degrees. He asked to borrow $270. I gave it to him. And what he don't know, when I go through that app, Cash App, it's coming to hurt my lover, who is Christ, because it has his initials in it, CA, AC, which is also the initials of my little sister, AC. So they did that because they both are number nines and they want to cast a spell on him. He don't know it. You know, when I was a little girl, they had my Aunt Andrea bring a saltwater lake taffy. She didn't know that it was a spell. They'll have you bring somebody a gift, but if you're not able to decipher what's really the code in it, they'll trick you. It's a trick or treat thing. It's spells, it's witchcraft. They even got people. I go online and I travel, I'm able to see things online and I'm able to see witchcraft and sneak this in other cities and other countries that they're doing to direct towards me when they don't even have a US embassy. So you know if countries are doing this without US embassies, they're imbeciles and they're just really listening to these people who just want to conquer and divide us, who just want control. So yeah, so I keep on seeing my siblings put things on top of my brother's shoes. They won't stop putting things on his shoes. So I asked my sister, why is there something on his shoe? She got smart with me. We ended up getting into a fight. Okay, the police were called, and the police told my mom that she has to PFA me. Now, I have been living on my own since I was 13 years old, on and off, having my own place. My mom let me have my own place. I didn't have to pay the bills. I started high school on my own. But as I was a good girl, so I would lie and tell the boys in my neighborhood and my boyfriend at school that I had parents at home. Because what child wants to brag about living by herself? That's embarrassing. I had to start high school alone. That's embarrassing. So I put myself on a strict curfew and I would have my friends come over to my home. And it was some of the friends who actually, you know, they have similar names. These friends, one of them has the same name as the man I have nickname. They have the same nickname, and the agents were trying to attack me and my man. His nickname is Woo. So these evil people had me working for the Woo Lords. The agents try to say Woo Saw. He's an Asian. He got chinky eyes like my twin flame, who has a daughter who got the same birthday as him, and he's Asiatic, and they got these Asian spells that's going on. And my aunt's Asia. Her name's Asia, and she's a Virgo like my man. You know what I'm saying? And it's their birthday time. Like yesterday, you'll see when I talked about him on a live yesterday, it was 26 minutes. It's happening again, the same day that my grandma was born on. So you're going to be able to look at the time and see what time it is. Because what they're trying to do is cast spells on Emmett. Somebody told my sister to buy teal Crocs. Somebody bought teal Nikes for my man. Somebody told my neighbor told my father to paint the garden where I lived at on a hill for 7, 8 years to paint it a teal fence. Okay, because this is the home of the stealers. They're trying to steal. They're trying to kidnap my child, because my children, even though they're not born, they're better than all the other children that are born because they're not going to be raised in the mob. All these children that are being born, not all of them are in a mob, but most of them are going to grow up to be in a mob. So my kids is better than that, even though they're not here. So I have to protect and serve my children. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of haters. There's haters that been hating on one generation, two generation, three generations. And, I have, I'm here to protect and serve. That's past like salt and pepper. There's rituals with these seasons. You got to be careful how you season your food. You got to be careful. Um, a lot of Haitians dress in multiple colors instead of matching because they don't want to match. A match is a match. It got the mat in it like the Matrix, and the ch like cha cha cha, like Christ, like my soulmate's uncle's name Charles, and my twin flame's middle name Charles, and my father's name Chiaka. It has the chi in it like Chicago, where who is from Emmett Till, like my uncle whose nickname is Chichi, whose name is Kalunji, and who calls me Nzinga, the queen of Angola. So I am from Angola, Egypt, Kemet, and also Madagascar. Mad, Muhammad, Gas, Car, Gas, Sag, GAS, Gold and Silver, Gray and Silver. Those are where I'm from, even though I'm from all over the world. That's the trend that I have. And, they are trying to sacrifice me because I'm the goat. I'm the goat. I'm a Capricorn rising. I'm also the fish. I'm a Pisces sun. And I'm also the virgin, Mary Virgin. I'm a Virgo moon, like my sister. And I have a yod, and it's Capricorn, Pisces, and Leo, and it connects to the Most High, the Lion of Judah, the fish, and the goat. And those are the Christ animals, and they want to use me as a sacrifice. That's why they tried to get me promiscuous by molesting me when I was a child. That's why they laughed at me. My cousins laughed at me on my grandfather's side when I said I wanted to be a virgin until I was 18 or married. They laughed at me, and the next year they said, "Oh, you think you're gonna be a virgin? You think you better?" They had me set up and had someone take my virginity on Halloween. They do these Halloween rituals. Like I said, there was a gun pointed at me on Halloween, the same day that my brother was being gunned down, my brother's brother, which is my brother. So they have a lot of Halloween rituals, and they recorded my brother being jumped on Halloween, and they got this worker calling me from jail. This therapist, remember, therapist is the rapist. They got her calling me. She was born on Halloween, and there's just different things. that they're doing to try to stop me. I'm not, possession is 9/10 of the law. I'm not possessive, but because there's so many haters that's trying to take over the land and pollute, like I said, they litter a lot. They're litterers. They're littering all over my home. They're littering all over my place. They think that I'm just going to live in a mess. I've always tried to make a life a more stable place. They're always trying to make it dysfunctional for me. Telling my lover and my brother to leave holes in my walls and my shower curtains. I've experienced holes in my shoes, holes in shoes, his. I came to my mom's house and I had holes in my sheets. My mom burnt cigarettes all in my sheets, holes in sheets, his. So they think that all these fake ass sisters and fake ass friends is supposed to be with my man like they concubines just because I called them. They're not concubines to King Solomon. They don't get to come in our court. I choose. If I'm not choosing, then they can't come in. And so I'm not really, like I said, yesterday, I'm not going, my grandfather came and go, my man came and go, my brother come and go. So if my lover come and go, you think I'm going to cry when it's a generational curse with my great grandmother, mother, and mother? No, I'm not going to cry. I'm going to keep it moving. But I do want to apologize. Now, I only use the word apology for my twin flame, my soulmate, and my sister and my aunt Asia because her names is A, and I give them that grace. I don't use it for nobody else. And my brother too. His name is A. His name is amazing. I only say now. I do want to apologize for saying yesterday. It was very vulgar. I said if I have to put my clitoris in my vagina and have immaculate conception and have my own baby, I'll do that. That was very arrogant and that was very smart. And the reason why I'm apologizing is because I realized that I shouldn't be vulgar. Just because they got Masons messing with me all over the city, and even when I leave town, doesn't mean that I have to carry a nasty attitude. Just because they picked on me all my life and I had to fight all my life, didn't know I was fighting for Christ, didn't know all the fights I was in school and in the neighborhood, I didn't know it was for God, I didn't know. Just because that I don't have to have an attitude, I don't have to be nasty, I don't have to be mean, I don't have to be stuck up, and I don't have to be rude. I don't have to be ruthless. You know what I mean? You want to have tact. You want to have contorm. And what I realized is when I was thinking about it, because I like to reflect back on things because I'm always trying to be a better person. That comes with the sign I am. I'm Earth. Now I'm a 0 degree Taurus, similar to Queen Elizabeth, who's a Capricorn rising, Taurus sun, Leo moon, which is close to Virgo moon. And we both have Pisces and Venus. So I'm not, which is a shadow side. So they're trying to use me. They're always trying to use me to do slavery. They're trying to hurt my feelings, but my feelings can't be hurt because I can't take it personal. This just comes with the territory of being a queen. Everybody's trying to always overthrow and mock the queen, copy off my hairstyles and things like that. It happens with Empress Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth. That's just what they do. So I can't, I should take it personal because they're trying to kill my person and they're trying to wreak havoc on the earth and they're trying to set me up to violate my temple and my body so they feel like they can send my man counterfeits and women and stuff like that and trap us with liquor and alcohol. I told you my man's Allah. It has the word ow in it. They got these alcohol spells that they're trying to do on us. They got art spells that they're trying to do us. I told you that I'm with Allah. I told you thou art is holy. My father's an artist. That's who I'm with. And I'm loyal. That's left. Like my soulmate who has L. The second letter for his name is L. I'm royal, like right. My twin flame, his second letter is a R. And I realized that my left foot is connected to my soulmate. It's flat. We both have a left flat foot. We both curve to the left. And and then I have an arch foot on my right foot, which is connected to the Arch of the Covenant, which is connected to King Solomon and David, which is connected to my twin flame. And I realize when certain things are happening on my left side of my body, it's Allah talking to me, it's my soulmate. And when I realize when things are happening to the right of the part of my body, it's my twin flame talking to me. So I really don't feel pressed to talk to them in person or on the phone or text them because I already talked to them inside my body. I really can't stop communicating with them. I close my eyes and I'm able to look at them and communicate with them with their higher self, even though their micro human vessel sometimes is being confused and hated on. I'm able to communicate with them anyway. And so I'm not really pressed or anything like that because they have these phone spells where just talking over a device can be a weapon against us. So they have these lick left, rick right spells. And the word agriculture is Rick, and we know that hitting a lick is to rob and steal. So I have to be careful when using these words. My first boyfriend's initials spell out the word elf, ELF. Those are his initials, okay? And he was preparing me for my soulmate and my twin flame. They have the same occupation, whether they got the same jersey number, same color, same facial features. There's a lot of common. His father's name is the same nickname as my uncle. They all have things in common. They even tried to use him against me when I was 14. They told him to take me to a place. Remember, I said Kenny from South Park. I remember I told you Kanisha from Lean on Me. She been hating on me all my life. She was the first person I fought in this church called Grace. The pastor, probably a good Mason, he was trying to trigger me. Everybody was treating me unfair. So he set the golden rule. And once I heard the golden rule, I realized that people shouldn't treat me mean. That if I'm treating people good, then they should treat me good. And so I had enough of it. And I got that epiphany. Oh, I shouldn't be letting people just hit me and not hit them back. When I was 5 years old, they circled me in kindergarten and started hitting me. But because I didn't know what a hit was, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if it was a game. I didn't know what was going on. But it was either a demon or the teacher that told them to hit me. Didn't know what it was. They was really hating on me because my gingerbread house was better. I grew up in a house. When I was Cleopatra, I lived in the palace. Now that I'm Essence, I live in a place. So I know how to get down with the graham crackers, if you feel me. It was lit and they hated. That's what I think. But really it was Masonic. And the foods can program the children. The foods can make the program pee, poop, talk, run, yell. You gotta grow your own food. That's what we're trying to do because the food is wiring these people to do things and it's moving them. So I didn't know that, like I said, my brother, my sister's son just got attacked in daycare. I just told her that the people that text you the word die are the same people that had your son attacked in daycare. And I said, I know because they had my man's nephew attacked at school because he was loving me. So they're trying to punish. Like they're not even giving my mom access to money because she's housing me. They're trying to cut her off. But what my family don't understand is that you can't fear these people because they sniff fear and that's what they want. So look, they trying to throw me away. So you'll see the different things. And I know I'm not the only one in the world that's not a hater because the people that weren't hating are no longer around. And the people that are no long that aren't hating that are around are nowhere to be found. They don't want to talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? They're in Pittsburgh, you can look it up. They a woman named Tony Turner is missing. Y'all know, and Mark Antony, my man in the past life. He just wasn't a European Roman. Mark Antony, Ma, Julius Caesar, Jesus Christ, both my soulmate and my twin flame. They always try to get me. They're trying to backstab my man. They're trying to front step my man like they did on the March of Owls, March 15th. My uncle and my cousin is born on March 15th, and they keep on trying to backstab us. They're trying to side me, and they even got them backstabbing me often. So it's really sick. But because I had an abusive brother that I always had to fight, I'm really through with it at this point. Um, so I just have to document everything live, even though I know this app is being used against me, um, or whatever. And so I just have to document things because I can't talk to my parents. They don't listen. My mom just lied and said that she just lied to the cops and said I wanted to burn down the house. She been lying on me. She's she tries to be better, but she lies and different things like that. And so I'm recording everything because it needs to be documented. Um, I really hope that I don't have to become the president of the United States of America because if I do, that would be selling out and I'll become a evil demon trapped in hell. I had a dream about an albino cobra. I told y'all my sister and my man's initials is AC. My twin flame is AC. Here go Aunt Mark Anthony's trying to say hi. Okay. So, um, I had a dream about an albino cobra being in a room after I just was having a political presidential party after winning a party. I had this show and dream, and I also had, we were all wearing black. I had a whole staff. They were mostly dark skinned. They were dressed beautiful with diamonds all over them with black on. We were like, to the Giants, we looked like ants because we was all in black and we were on Capitol Hill. But there was this big sleeping giant sitting on top of that. I don't know which building it is that has that monument that's kind of round. That building, I don't know what building that is, but there was me sitting there in a pink tutu dress with blue hair looking like Bart Simpson. There's a reason why Lisa wears an orange dress and Barge wears a lime green. Remember I told you about St. Patrick's Day, about my birthday green and orange? There's a reason why they use those colors. What's orange? Oh, what's green? G, that's the OG. That's the go. And what's the go? The Virgo. So it's the G, it's the go, green means go, it's all that. So they wear those colors for a reason. And I had these blue curls, these blue spiral curls in my hair, and I just had my hands folded like this, swinging and swaying back and forth while I was winning the election, while I was having an election party. And so that's interesting. And so I realized in the word albino is al, like Allah, and Ben. And if you look up your name in Ghana, every day of the week has a different name. They name their children based on the days of the week. And because I was born on Tuesday, my name is Abina. My twin flame was born on Tuesday, Kwabina. You know what I mean? And my sister and my mister this past year's birthdays was on Tuesday. So it's not a coincidence. You know, I just looked up a video and realized that Haile Selassie and the Ethiopians were called Makonnen. And that's one of the rappers that me and my man been listening to for the past years. I love Makonnen. I didn't know Makonnen was that conscious that he was studying Ethiopian emperor. So that's very interesting. That's very deep and that's very significant. Um, I've been contemplating on having this recording for a long time now. Um, I didn't know if I had to document some of the fiascos and fights I was getting into. This is the fourth day. In the word fourth, we have the word foe. So there's a lot of foes, fans, friends, and family who have committed treason, treacherous, trifling treasoners, and they think they could betray me so they can try to steal my betrothed, who I'm meant to be with. And I'm here to say, you will not steal the children of God. That will not happen. I'm not with that because some of these babies got to be born and not have to be in a mall. I was born in a mall. My grandparents was hustling. My parents, my dad was told to sell some drugs so it could backstep him and his children. But he was brave enough to throw it in the ocean and not doing it. And he told me that. You know what I mean? So, like I said, the drugs ain't good. I was buying drugs from a jar mason. They're all connected to the cartel. Then they switch it up with Mexicans. If I smoke Jamaican weed, the Jamaicans feel like they could threaten my men in my family. If I smoke Mexican weed, the Mexicans think they could threaten the men in my family. I seen Mexicans at the bank before I went to the Mexican place to get the weed. And when I walked up, I realized that the names on the streets were the names after my mother-in-law and my grandfather, who are both Leos. And it was, the whole street was named after me. The whole fifth, it's in the fifth. The buildings they designed for me, Highmark House Muhammad, where my friend haven't lived. It was a setup. They set us up, the whole town, the whole state. Alabama got out in it. I was able to, at my aunt's funeral, Renee, Raw, Nay, we know Christ is the goat, Capricorn, which is connected to the knee, Nay, okay? And they were giving out free smoke. They were giving out free weed. And they were trying to figure out. And I told my mom, they're giving out free smoke and free weed because they're threatening us. Okay, she told me about my cousin named Nemo. And I told her, I realized when I was looking at the states in the South, they had this clownfish which was trying to mock me and God and Christ, CF, you know, Christ's father, Chiaka father, and all that. They got this clownfish spell with Finding Nemo. with Dory, who just want to keep on swimming. Who's Dory? Dory is Dora, El Dorado, Dora the Explorer, the door. So they had her forgetting. Remember, I told you, the Lord is forbearing. We shouldn't be forgetting things. We should be remembering things. What's to remember? It's to remember. That's what Offset did to our Sar. She put his pieces back together because his brother set him up, right? So he could try to be with his wife. She put him back together and had made love to him so she could have his son Hiru. Now, some people take that literal, some people take it spiritual. I've studied a lot all my life, and what my two Aquarius parents knew as a Pisces, I believe, and I realized it was all about me. And nobody wants, no, they have the song "Everybody Wants to Rule the World" with Fears and Tears. My man introduced that song to me, but really, um, what's ram? That's rule and measure. What's ram backwards? That's Mar. That's March. That's Martian energy. That's Mars. And they are really trying to keep this 400 years cycle of slavery going, and I think they're going to do it through me. So I have to be very mindful of what I'm doing. I don't fear. You see that there's a little bit of teal in that background. Like I said, the water in can is teal. They're doing a lot of manipulation. I have been documenting and taking notes on notebooks, but they even got a spell with that. What's purple notebook? P and B. They tried to kill P and B Rock to try to threaten me. They've been killing celebrities. We all know what Woo is. They killed Pop Smoke to try to come for me and my man. My man got a, you know what I mean? We was going to name our child Dior. Pop Smoke got a song Dior. They be giving my man Pop Smoke braids. I watched a video about Pop Smoke, and it was these little kids in a pool with a blue do-rag. They put a blue do-rag on my man. So I'm not with this. I'm really tired of it. They tried to, they set Dick Gregory up. What's Dick Gregory up? Dick is 4. Gregory is 7. 47. I told y'all my address is 47. The middle of my social security is 74. The bus on the street, up the street where my mom fought, my dad's baby mom, is a 74 bus, right? And I told y'all I have Taurus. I have Cancer in the fourth house of Taurus. The seventh house, the seventh month Cancer in the fourth house of Taurus. So they got these 74 spells against me. That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I thought it was 11. I was going to say it, but I had to make sure. That's 7, 11. I am 11, Elizabeth. And they think that just because somebody got the same skin tone, color, name as a family member, that they got right to try to infiltrate and step on what's mine. Because I'm the terror. I'm the terrible. I'm the terrible one. And they're not going to tear me apart just because I'm the 0 degree. I might not be physically pregnant, but I'm spiritually pregnant with the Most High. And this little light of mine is going to shine. And I'm going to have a business, baby. In the word business, we have bus. They're trying to make me submit. We have sin, and we have essence. hmm And they think that because I have sin, that they can wreak havoc on me. They wanted King Selassie to abdicate his position, but why should he abdicate his position when he is the emperor by bloodline? He is the heir to King Solomon and King David and Jesus Christ and a Boaz. Why should she abdicate? Why should I abdicate? Yeah, I have done a lot of wrong, but I'm here to be accountable and make up for it and do right with my actions and my intentions, because when you know better, you do better. What's no? No is Aquarius. What's do? That's Taurus. My mother's an Aquarius. My grandmother is a Taurus. We just experienced 7 years of Uranus in Taurus, and now we're going into 7 years of Uranus into Gemini, which is my grandfather's sign of Gemini. And I realized when I was writing on a notebook where those little holes is, I wrote Uranus. You got to be careful when you're writing, because we can't let them rain or anus. That's what they're trying to do. We know that God, they're trying to get to our Kundalini. They're trying to rape us and fuck us in the butt so they could get into God, because they want to steal the booty. That's why they say beautiful or you're beautiful. What they want is the woman and the children. They want to rap. What's rap? Rape and pillage. That's rap. So they got people in my house doing word spells with parsley, My twin flame and my soulmate and my brother and me are all rappers. We're lyricists. We're MCs, and they keep on doing weird shit with the parsley, and I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it, even though the people I love be doing op stuff. I still have to care about them. I still have to be there for them and spiritually protect them because they're a part of me. And it seems kind of selfish, but I'm just really trying to hold down the divine feminine part of me and my part and my role in it. Even though I can't control their role and what they're doing, I'm just trying to do the best that I can for me and mine. Um, so what I'm about to do is I'm about to water some plants and I'm about to offer some solutions to some of the problems. So we have problems and solutions. That's past. That's also Pisces and Sagittarius and a host of everything. That's Palo Santo and Sage. That's sweet potato pie. That's what I bought today. And I realized that buying things like sweet potato pie and cranberry is trying to put a spell on us, a Thanksgiving spell. So we're going to make them food, make them popcorn, and then they're going to rape and pillage us and give us blankets with smallpox in it and diseases. And we're supposed to keep on celebrating this every year. Let the Gregorian calendar keep on having these rituals. So I realized by what I write, I was in storage and I realized people's names that I wrote was doing spells in the past and in the future and the present. Everything I write is a writ. What's read and write? That's raw vegetables, raw sex. What's write and read? That's war. So when you write and read, be ready for war because that's what's going to happen. Because knowledge is what, like I said the other day, knowledge is power. So you got to be aware because the more you know, the more responsibility you have to make a difference. So I don't want to be, I don't want to have to keep on. I have a Capricorn North Node in 3 degrees of Gemini and the ninth house of Sagittarius. And what I learned from Jupiter James is that means in the past life, I had international lovers. Like I said, they were Roman. But not only were they Roman, they were also African and they were Asian. And like I said, when I was 11, I was able to look in the mirror during the day and see all these faces: white people, black people, brown people, yellow people, red people. And at 22, in the dark, I was able to see the same thing. And by the time of my Saturn return at 33, I didn't have the experience where I seen multiple faces. However, I seen it inside of me. I didn't see it physically, but I was able to connect it. So I'm going to offer solutions before I get up and water the plants. I'm going to say that we need to love ourselves, even though people might try to call us names or put us down or shame us for how we are or things that we done. We need to forgive ourselves in order to be forgiven by others. We need to love ourselves. We need to have compassion, even though that word love has a V in it and it's trying to OVE. It's trying to verse us. We still gotta love ourselves. Yes, even though our neighbors are ops, we have to love them too. We gotta share our food. We gotta be gracious because we are all in this together. Um, I can't be the only one that doesn't fear haters. I need y'all to stop fearing the haters. Stop wearing what they tell y'all to wear. You don't know that they're telling you to wear a certain color so somebody else can see it and it can be a cross. You don't know they're giving you food and telling you to give items to people because gifts are curses. Y'all don't really know what y'all are doing, but I'm here to help. I didn't know what I was doing all the time, but the community helped me and raised me. So I want to extend that. So now I'm going to go around and I'm going to water some plants. That was some solutions that I had. And what I'm going to try to do is do the best that I can because I am the queen bee and I am the S. And I am not selfish. Um, I'm just very protective because I don't think that, oh, why aren't the non-haters supposed to be concubines and side chicks of me and mine? It's supposed to be all these fucking sour puss ass bitch ass haters that are jealous of me. Yeah, right. I don't give a fuck about none of that. So I'm watering these plants. Okay. They took out the wood. They took out the wooden beds. Okay. I'm from Pittsburgh where we have a city called Kennywood. And I guess I am wood. Me and my father is wood. I'm wood, I'm weed. And they got this spell like, oh, y'all can't have wood in y'all garden or whatever because the haters want to be attached to amusement park. But AP. I'm the amusement park. It's Gemini season. I got Pisces and Aries in my house. So if people want to be petty, we could go there. So they took out the wood or whatever. They got wood across the street where the bees is. They got wooden beds and they got lavender. They've been doing lavender witchcraft on me. They had my man pick lavender. When we was walking, they had him pick lavender where one of our friends died at. He didn't know what he was doing. They got lavender wipes in my house. I have lavender soap, but I'm the Ave Maria. I'm the law. I'm the L. Ave. Vendor. Red. So how you gonna use my plants against me? My sister just took the top off of the avocado and oil, and then after that, I got on a bus and see a childhood friend named Ava. But how you gonna do A versus A? Cause I'm Ava, and I know them Aztecs don't think they gonna do something to me, cause I ain't afraid of nobody. Why should I be afraid? I've been jumped all my life. I had to fight all my life. You know what I mean? So who am I supposed to be afraid of when they're afraid of me? If they're wreaking havoc and doing all this stuff to me, then that means these plants need water too. Then that means they're afraid of me. I don't have to join them because I can't beat them. And let's talk about that word beat. What I realized is that I had seen my first boyfriend, his name is Marco, okay? On Halloween, I was dressed like Tinkerbell on my way to my cousin's house, and he tried to take my virginity in an abandoned house. They want to abuse me. They want to have absolute control over me. They want to abandon me. And then, like I told y'all, my brother was shot in the abs. Our other brother was cut in the abs. So they're trying to take our sacral chakra, right? They got these ab spells, abolition spells. And a year after that, the same street, but a different intersection up the street, like it was Seneca up the street, a girl named Marquia tried to fight me. So what I realized is they use both these people whose names Marco and Marquia on the same alley behind my house, Watson. Okay, I'm Eswani, the walk and talk. They tried to have them fucking fight me so they could use their parents to do witchcraft on me. So I'm bringing that up because what I'm trying to say is when I came out of jail, I was meeting my friend named Teray. Her name starts with a T. And then we went to this bus stop where the T station is, and I ended up seeing my first boyfriend, who's a Virgo. The first person I ever had sex with is a Virgo, and my first boyfriend that I ever dated is a Scorpio, and the man I've been with is both for the past 15 years, so that's not a coincidence. I seen him, and if you put their names together, it's Earl and Teray. That's eat. They think they're going to eat me. They think they're going to beat me. And what I realized, she said, oh, this is the new bus stop. This is the bus stop here. And what I realized at the bus stop is a T station. They're trying to cross me. Across the street from the bus stop is GNC, all right? And across from GNC is a T station, all right? So we got the bank on the left, that's B. And then across the street, we have a museum that used to be Sally's. Remember, I told you that was my grandma's business. I was at Sally's when I got the call that my grandma died, right? They just gave me this song back that they stole Sally's. They stole it for about 10 years, and then they put it back in my possession and my stuff and my property. They gave it back to me because it's a song about prostitution, about hoeing. And they're like, oh, sing this song. We stole your blues song, corn artist, talking about us. But now share that song. Share Sally then. You know, you little ho, 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 you little Santa Claus, you little elf, you Mrs. Claus, then share that song because they're hating. They also put back the song in my property of when I'm talking about the things that I've been through, the things that I've done, why I've been abandoned, how I was hurt. I'll share that song with you later on in a couple months when I record it. They put that song back, but I was really looking for the song Corn Artist that I wrote about my con artist, father, lover, brother. I'm talking about God. I'm talking about Jesus Christ. I wrote a song about his con artist behind. So, we got the bank, and then across the street from the bank is the museum. Bank and museum. That's BAM. I told y'all I'm Pebbles. I told y'all that they're trying to get Bam Bam. Bam Bam is my brother and my lover. Yeah, I grew up with him, but he's not only like my cousin or my brother, he's my man. I told you they got these Flintstone spells. Okay? Yabba dabba doo spells. Okay? So that's BAM. And then we have GNC. which is G, and then what's across the street? What's crossing it like a crisscross? It's the T station. What's that? T station, NG, and C. That's tag. Tag, you're it. That's got. So they're always trying to cross me at these intersections because my astrology is actually a cross. I'm opposite signs. Okay, and then I have the Capricorn that arbitrates between both of those signs. So I'm gonna have to come back here and water these plants. They got people coming here watering the lavender. Remember, I told you they do lavender spells on me. They had my man pick lavender. They had my sister wearing a lavender skirt, showing me her butt crack. Okay, every time I wear teal, whether it's a teal beanie, BT, they're trying to cross my brother, teal skirt, TS, they're trying to cross my sister. Everywhere I wear teal, I'm either meeting a lover, I'm either about to fight somebody. It's just the continuous thing. I took a picture when I was 6 years old. It was a blue teal dress. It looked like Dorothy. My brother was wearing red, and we had a green background because it would represent the Wizard of Oz. I was the chosen one. My grandfather chose me because of my heart. And yeah, it might not. I have done a lot of wrong, but I'm here to make up for it, and I'm here to set the record straight. But I've done a lot of right too, and I'm not about to give up. So I'm going to offer some more solutions. I'm going to say that this is it. How can you be afraid of the person that's afraid of you? You're a child in the Most High of God. Why be afraid of them? They're afraid of babies. I told you they was plotting on me when I was in the womb, trying to use love against us. If the person can't set you up if you don't trust them. Now, I'm not saying that people can't set you up that you don't trust, but there's something about love and forgiveness. When you love a person, it cuts deeper. That's the type of witchcraft that they're trying to do or whatever. They're trying to do love spells on us. There's a reason why we all went from cucumber melon in the early 2000s. What's cucumber and melon? Cam. What's Cam? Mac. What's Mac? Mac Daddy. Who's Mac Daddy? God. That's the Mac Daddy. Okay? They do these macarena spells or whatever. Macadamian, light skin, dark skin, all this plantation spells. But what I'm telling you is, in Philly, they do the dance D Mac. What I'm telling you is I'm Miss Mary Mac with the buttons on my back. And I'll be damned if anybody think they could take my man. So this is the evil of life, and I'm offering solutions. And the solutions is you better tread carefully because I'm not with the treason. That's the solution, is to stop hating on me. I know all of y'all was told to come on this live by the Masons. They told y'all to come on here. They told y'all to like the post. They told y'all what colors to wear. But I'm telling you, you better stop fearing man, which is name, which is me, and you better start fearing the Most High. And I ain't talking about the one that's trying to get you high, because that weed is trying to kill you. That weed is trying to dock on you. Okay, it's not the same weed. Grow your own weed. Find some good seeds, because the weed is weaponizing us and it's spying on you. And you, whoever you get the weed from, you smoke their weed and they're going to invade your country and terrorize you. So I'm not smoking weed. I'm not drinking alcohol because they're trying to use it against me. This is the evil of life with your girl Essence, aka Eve. Essence versus everybody.